Hi there, Chase. Hello. And of course, hello to you. Welcome back to the Allotment Family Diary. My name's Tom and today is Saturday, the 31st of January. It's still very wet, as you can see. But is it me? Or is there a smell of spring in the air? Maybe just wishful thinking. I don't know. I'm heading to the polytunnel because I want to show you a little update, something I've been up to during the rain showers. Let's head inside just in time because it started raining yet again. So what has been going on in here? Can you see any difference? What's happened in here apart from the floor being slightly messier than it was before? Well, I have prepared the beds ready for spring. It's all very well telling you that I finished the beds in here, but it's about the process, isn't it? That's the fun part. So I was at a local gardening centre the other day and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get the multi-purpose compost in here. We'll get it all laid down and we'll mix that in with the existing soil. But then I saw something, soil improver. So this stuff is going to improve the soil structure, its fertility and moisture retention as well. And I thought, well, it's actually cheaper than the compost I was going to buy. So I grabbed 9 bags and hauled them back to the polytunnel. So you've got to remember that we've been growing in this polytunnel for roughly about 2.5–3 years now. And the soil was just the original soil that the polytunnel was built on. And obviously we've added compost to it over the years. I thought this soil improver would be great to just improve the overall soil health in here. Now I was advised with this stuff to dig it into the soil. So with normal compost like multi-purpose, horse manure, whatever, you can leave it on the surface and just let the worms go to work. But with this stuff, you have to dig it in to have the soil receive its full benefit. So I dug all this in by hand. That's just the way I like working, really. Plus I didn't want to risk piercing the side of the polytunnel with the spade or a fork. After digging in the soil improver, I decided to sieve the soil. Now this is something I have never done before, and I found an old sieve on the abandoned allotment plot that we've taken over. And I tell you what, this is probably my new obsession up here. I don't know why, but I find it extremely satisfying. I was literally scooping it up, sifting out all of those big clumps of rocks and stones and mud that had been in here for the past 3 years. So I spent a good couple of hours sifting the soil. Yeah, it's strangely satisfying. Do you guys find that? Let me know in the comments. So after this, I then applied a substance called 6X. Now this is a chicken manure, and true to its name, it's supposed to be 6 times more effective than standard farmyard manure. I've been using 6X for a couple of years up here and I've had such good results with it. Have you guys ever used 6X? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. So once I had applied a generous layer of 6X, I sieved the soil once more just to remove any stones that I'd missed on the first round, and also to mix this stuff in with the soil. So because we're in a polytunnel, you've got to remember that we're not going to get rain in here. That moisture is not going to be drawn down into the soil, so you have to do it manually. And with that, the raised beds were finally finished, ready for spring planting. So in this polytunnel this year, it's going to be chilies, peppers, tomatoes and melons as well, grown upwards. I've got to figure out how to do that. Have you guys got any suggestions? Let me know in the comments on how I can grow them vertically. We've tried letting them sprawl in the mini grow house we've got on the other side of the allotment, but we figure this could save space. Obviously they're going to need supporting as well when the melons grow, but maybe something attached to the bars that runs down into the bed. I don't know. Let me know in the comments how I could achieve this. Now if we come outside of the polytunnel, I have another huge pile of compost here. So I think most of today really is going to be topping up the beds because they're not quite finished yet. Just added some well-rotted shredded horse manure onto this one, but the ground is so damp. I think what I'll do, I have dug it in, but I think I'm going to wait until it dries out a bit and I'll dig it in once more. Again, this is where our tomato plants will be growing up the back here. So that one's done. I'll have to come back to that. And then if I take you over here, over to the little grow house that we saw in the last one. So I've got a pile of soil improver and 2 piles of multi-purpose compost. And I have added in a couple of handfuls of 6X as well, because I just want to get this dug in. I mean, don't forget as well, there's not going to be any rain because the roof is covered in here. So I need to dig all this in by hand. Anyway, I hope the camera's picking this up. I'm still getting used to this camera, so bear with me, but I hope it's looking okay. Let's get this dug in anyway. And that one's done as well. Do you know what? I may come back at some point and sieve that soil. Yeah, that's my new favorite thing to do. So over here, this raised bed, we have parsnips in here where we've got a few left. And I think today is the day that I pull the rest of them up. There's only a few left in here, and I guess it'll be parsnip soup tonight. We'll see. I just want to show you something. Look how bowed this raised bed has got. And this was ever since we had the parsnips. It's like they've grown in here, swollen, and like pushed the sides out. So that might need a bit of fixing, but we'll get them all out, dig it over, and then I can go about repairing that another day. Right, shall we see what we've got left in here? Let's have a look. Someone did remind me in the comments in the last video that we did looking at the parsnips to wear gloves, because apparently they had a very nasty allergic reaction to them and ended up going to A&E. So yeah, I don't think I want to take any chances this time, but let's have a look. There's quite a few here. They're quite hard to pull out now because the ground is so damp and claggy, but let's see. Oh, okay, there's one. It's quite a heavy chap. What lovely smell of parsnip coming up. Yeah, whoa, there we go. Yeah, that's a nice one. And here we have it. This is the final parsnip harvest of the year for us. Look at these beauties. Look at them. I'm so pleased with these. This is actually the first time that Hannah, my wife, and I have grown parsnips on our allotment. This is the final harvest. We've already had quite a few already. There's some interesting shapes, to say the least. Very interesting, and perhaps somewhat inappropriate, I don't know. But look at them. This is amazing. Also, I wanted to show you this soil, because this soil is now, I know it's a bit damp, but because these parsnips have been in here breaking up the soil, it's lovely. I suppose that's the same thing for growing plants like mooli. We've grown that before, and it really breaks up the soil, makes it easier to dig. But these are amazing. Do you know what? These are Gladiator F1. And I wonder if they call them Gladiator because it kind of reminds me of the, is it the Gladius, the Roman sword that they used to use in the Roman armies? They kind of look a bit like those. And if you're impressed by them and you wonder how we grew them, because I wonder how we grew such good parsnips, it's literally multi-purpose compost mixed in with the existing soil that was here at the allotment. I did start the seedlings under glass on here. There's a past video, have a look back in our catalogue to find that. And I did one sowing. I know some people do various amounts of sowing to get a good crop, but one sowing. Really chuffed with this. The last big parsnip harvest.
Hello everyone.
You're here. You're actually going home. I was going to come over and help you with some bits.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But you're heading home.
Because Finn's been so good this morning. He really has. And then about an hour ago, he started, and I can't really blame him. So I'm going to take him home because I think he's had enough.
Yeah.
Really.
You want to go home, don't you?
He's such a good boy, weren't you?
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Started to sort out my potting shed, because that's all going to be emptied and redone.
Yeah.
I've put one of the shelf units, a little one, over to have all the trays and things in the polytunnel.
Yeah.
Which is going to be like a potting up area, seeds and stuff like that.
I'll head over and have a look in a minute.
Yeah, there was so much, and I've got so much rubbish, and I've still probably got about that much rubbish again.
Tip run.
Run next week to get rid of it all. What else have I done? Pruned a rose back, just fed the hens, just potted about, tidying, filled up loads of rubbish bags.
But he's getting grumpy. He wants to go home.
Yeah.
It's lucky I've got the car because I've got to put all those parsnips in.
Oh yes.
What a harvest.
I know, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we'll put a photo on Facebook as well.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook. There's a link in the video description. We're posting on there now as well. And don't forget channel membership as well. There's a link in the video description. All sorts of behind the scenes vlogs, family life, things like that.
Yeah.
What not, what ho.
Yeah.
Right, come on, let's get him home.
Yeah.
Noisy boy, aren't you?